Back in a time when Israel had no king and everyone did whatever felt right to them, a Levite had a concubine, a woman who lived with him but didn't have a full status of a wife. And at some point the relationship broke down, and she left him, returning to her father's house in Bethlehem. And after about 4 months, the Levite decided to go after her to win her back. And when he arrived, her father welcomed him warmly, treating him like an honored guest and persuading him to stay. And day after day, he delayed his return as they ate, drank, and spent time together until eventually he finally set out to leave with the woman and his servant. But by the time they departed, it was already late, and as night approached, they came near Jebus. Yet the Levite refused to stay there because it was a foreign city, choosing instead to travel farther to Gibeah, a town belonging to his own people, expecting safety there. But when they arrived, no one offered them shelter, which was a serious cultural failure in that time. So they sat in the city square until an older man returned from work saw them and took them into his home. But while they were inside eating and trying to rest, a group of violent men surrounded the house and demanded that the visitor be brought out so they could assault him. And when the old man went outside and begged them not to commit such evil, even offering his own daughter and the Levite's concubine instead, the mob refused to listen, and in the end, the Levite pushed his concubine out to them, and she was abused throughout the night until morning. And as dawn broke, she was released and somehow made her way back to the house and collapsed at the door. And when morning came, the Levite opened the door and saw her lying there. And instead of responding with care or urgency, he simply told her to get up so they could leave, but she did not respond. So he placed her body on his donkey and returned home. And once there, he did something shocking and extreme, cutting her body into 12 pieces and sending them throughout the tribes of Israel as a message, forcing the nation to confront what had happened. When people saw it, they were horrified and gathered together, recognizing that something deeply wrong had taken place. So they assembled to decide what should be done. And then they confronted the tribe of Benjamin, demanding that the men responsible in Gibeah be handed over for justice. But the tribe refused and chose to protect them instead. And this refusal escalated the situation into a civil war between Israelites, where brother fought against brother. And the conflict became devastating, with thousands losing their lives as Israel sought to bring justice. And after several battles, the tribe of Benjamin was nearly wiped out, leaving only a small group of survivors. And once the fighting ended, the remaining Israelites realized the severity of what had happened, because one of their own tribes was close to being erased, and they had also made vows that complicated how the survivors could continue their lineage. So they devised additional plans to provide wives to the remaining men of Benjamin in order to preserve the tribe, even though those actions also raised further moral questions. And in the end, the story closes with a sobering reality. Israel had fallen into deep moral and social chaos, showing what happens when a society loses shared truth, justice, and accountability, and when there is no righteous leadership guiding the people. Everyone ends up doing what seems right in their own eyes, often leading to violence, brokenness, and consequences that affect entire generations.